What's up, guys? Happy New Year and welcome back to the city. We have been hard at work over break, working on our tallest skyscraper yet, and we are really excited to show you guys. Unfortunately, not all the pieces have arrived yet from Bricklink. We had one of the sellers kind of not disclose that they were going on vacation, which delayed everything a couple weeks, which was a huge bummer. But they should be coming next week, so we'll be topping off this skyscraper and adding it to the city officially. So here's a first look at the skyscraper, and as you can tell, it is by far the tallest in our city, and it is not done going up yet. We are a few floors away from the top, and I'm gonna touch more on that in a second because we have something exciting planned up there. Now, I don't know if the final resting place is gonna be where we currently have it. We may slide it back towards the back portion of the city in the future, but for now, we really like it right here because it covers the access hole in the back, so it kind of makes it look a little bit more like a dense city, but we could easily see it sliding towards the back since it's one of the taller buildings. So what exactly do we have planned? Well, you may notice that most of the buildings in our city are flat roofed, and that's because, well, two things. One, it's easier to build that way, obviously, and two, when we're moving things around and positioning things within the city, we actually stack the buildings on top of one another. So for example, if we're crawling through to move, like let's say we're moving this building over here, we'd crawl through, pick up the building, literally place it on top of that one in the back, crawl through to the other access hole, pick it up, and put it down. It honestly makes moving things around so much easier than if these were, sloped roofs or had intricate designs on the very top. So what about the new building? Well, this is actually going to be one of our first skyscrapers with a sloped roof. And I don't want to ruin the design yet, but we have something really cool planned for how we're going to do it. It's going to be all glass to, well, technically plastic, but it's going to be all glass to follow along with the design and theme of the building as a whole. Speaking of the facade, as you can see, we used the curved panels on the side as well as the trans clear blue bricks for the actual flat glass panels, and it just made for a really nice looking building. A question we get a lot is, do we build the floors of the buildings? And the answer in almost all situations is absolutely not, because it would be extremely expensive. That being said, we do usually put lobby details. So if I can get down, it's a little hard to see, but you might be able to see inside the lobby right there. There's an American flag on the back, and there's like a little check-in area. And it's unfinished right now, which is why the doors on the outside aren't complete. There's a couple other details, but basically on the inside of this one, there's like a core structure with elevators, an American flag, a little lobby area with check-in, and there's even like plants and stuff on the inside. You can kind of see it on the corner here. But that's it. I mean, typically we build like 1, 2, or maybe even 3 floors with details in our skyscrapers. But the rest of the floors would be a huge cost burden to actually build those out, so we do not add details to all the floors. I mean, you can kind of see like in our government building, there are some details down below on the inside. It's hard to see because, it's dark, but, Dunkin' Donuts and all that kind of stuff. So there are details, but definitely not throughout like the mid sections of the buildings. So for this one as an example, you can kind of see, if I zoom out here, you have the floors, and then there's the core structure within, which we made with gray bricks, kind of making the columns that go up through it. And then there's blue bricks on the very inside to create a nice blue glass look. And that technique has worked really well for our other buildings. We use it pretty much on all of them. We'll build a core structure to make sure that the building is really strong. And then we will fill in the inside with something, usually bricks or even paper in some situations, so that it's not see-through. But anyway, I mean, we love the way that this looks with the beach, bringing in more blue to the city. And it's definitely going to be an eye-catching skyscraper now that it's going to be the tallest building. And we can't wait to top it off next week. So that's kind of our city as a whole right now. We did do a city update video right before break. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. There's a really cool little shark attack scene that we put in. And there's some other little Easter eggs throughout the city that are all super cool. But basically, we're looking forward to getting this building topped off in the next week or so. And then from there, we will look to add in even more skyscrapers and fill in some of the other, voids that you see throughout. So stay tuned for an upcoming video with it being completed. But for now, that's it for today. I hope you guys like the new building, and we have a lot more planned for this year. So make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you next video.